Like Andrew was saying, the increase of usage by candidates is met with an increase of usage by heads of TA. And I will give a caveat to this answer that had you asked me this 18 months ago, I would have said one thing. 12 months ago, I would have said another. 6 months ago, I would have said something slightly different. So don't hold me to this answer in 6 months, because I think we all know that this space is wildly and quickly evolving. As AI becomes more of the forefront, as candidate usage increases, as companies get more comfortable with integrating the technology into their own workflows. But what's interesting is that, like I said, 18 months ago, it was exciting, it was interesting. People were at the forefront of this, wanting to be the first enthusiastic leaders. We are seeing more and more TA teams fall into the first followers camp, where they're saying, I kind of want to let someone else figure out how to turn Olivia on in Paradox, because my legal team is a little skeptical, and I also am a little skeptical. Now, I will say that there are still really two distinct schools of thought that we are seeing within the AI space from employers. The first is what we like to call AI evangelists. So these are the folks who are seeing it as this transformative force within TA. It's not only fundamentally changing their workflows, but fundamentally changing the future of talent acquisition and recruiting. Not only our strategies and our tech stacks, but our team structures and what our recruiters do day to day. They're thinking about everything from things like Findem for sourcing platforms, Pillar for interview intelligence. I mean, this list, as everyone on this call knows, goes on forever. And so these are the folks that are just like gung-ho on evangelists. Now, it is shrinking, that group, but there are still people who are really interested and excited about the potential positive impacts of this space. On the other hand, we see a number of leaders fall into this camp that I call AI skeptics. So these are the folks who are a little bit unsure about the promise of AI. So these are the folks who are actually returning a little bit to the fundamentals of recruiting and saying, actually, we should be reinvesting in people skills and our recruiters. And it's not that they're tech adverse, they just don't think that there's enough evidence to say that AI is going to, be this big boom in the next couple of months. So we're definitely seeing those two camps, and this was really clear 6 months ago. But over the last couple of weeks, as I'm having more and more conversations with TA leaders, I'm actually seeing the most innovative kind of forward-thinking leaders not committing fully to one of the two camps, but actually approaching this in a nuanced way, weighing the pros and cons of AI, being interested, staying up to date, learning everything there is to learn about it, but being really intentional about the tools they're buying, the way they're reorganizing their teams. So it's a little bit more of this nuanced camp instead of these two distincts. But I'll pause there because I could go on forever on this. It's a really fascinating topic.